So you mentioned create joy as a two-word mantra. How did you come up with this idea of a two-word mantra? How did you come up with create joy, and what has that meant to the company?
Well, joie de vivre means joy of life in French, but it's a rather abstract concept, and certainly it's a foreign language. So we wanted to sort of take it down to something that everybody could get. And at the end of the day, what we realized is that create joy, it really defines what we're all about. That's our purpose in life as a company and all of us in the company. So we created little wristbands, and this actually came from our employees. So this was not the CEO coming up with this. This is a collection of cultural ambassadors. Every one of our 38 hotels has a city council person, a representative for a year. Usually they're a line level employee, not a manager, who actually for a year is in charge of culture of their property. And they come together once a month, all of them together, and share best practices and stories with each other. Well, this came out of our cultural ambassadors. They said, we need to create a mantra that really gets it for everybody. They came up with Create Joy. They said, how can we actually get that out there? They came up with wristbands, so everybody in the company gets a wristband. They came up with a bunch of other ways for us to actually make Create Joy part of it. One of the things we did about 2 years ago for our 20th anniversary is we created a joy party. Again, this was an idea from an employee, and said, what if we invited all of the women in the state of California with the name Joy to a party? It's a crazy idea. In fact, there's a way to do this. They have zip codes where you can figure out there are 10,000 women in the state of California with the name Joy. We sent a postcard to all of them, every single one of them, and 125 of them actually said, we'd like to come. So 125 came here. The first 50 who said yes actually got a free room here at the Hotel Vitale and did a slumber party full of joys. And I can tell you that day when I walked into that room full of joys with some of our cultural ambassadors, some of our key leaders in the company, and saw 125 women, all with the same name, and all with a name that means an emotion, and have them from age 12 to age 80, and having them have tears of joy, it actually created a sense of meaning in what our business is about and what our mantra is about. And it was we filmed it, we show it now to our employees and said, we're not just about marketing our company to just our customers, we're about marketing the idea of joy to the world. And what's interesting about that experience is from that experience of having all these joys come together, one of those joys worked in Silicon Valley, or works in Silicon Valley, for a big high-tech company down there. And she didn't know who we were before, and then she came to the party and she knew who we were, and she became a cheerleader, and she went back to her company and recommended that they do a big holiday party here and spend $40,000 at one of our hotels. So there was a karmic capitalism to that, the idea that what goes around comes around. I mean, we did this party not necessarily knowing what the marketing benefit would be, but here right out of it, we got a $40,000 party out of it. So sometimes you actually go out and do things partly to send a message to your team and your staff about what your mission is and what your message is and what the meaning of the organization is. And sometimes that comes back to you from the community because they appreciate it.